educational content that offends you or that you find irrelevant. If that is the case, we are doing our job. Accordingly, listener discretion is advised. Outlaw Radio is not for everybody, but neither is kimchi.
Doohickey, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Our main event! Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt, but I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. There's lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
This jacket is too small. Oh, jeez. Lori, would you get my tailor on the phone? What the hell? Yeah, this is really working for our radio audience. Here, give me a sec.
Oh, no. You like Mr. Rogers.
Without the cool shoes. Okay, hold on.
Welcome to...
I gotta dress it up a little bit since we're on YouTube now. Does that work, Laura?
Yeah, that works.
That was sort of half-hearted.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. Where's your shoes?
All right, okay. It's got to be March, Mike, because it is every damn week. Mike, just punch the bottom of that. Do something. Yeah, that's good. Hey, welcome to the Big Dog of Broad Chasing, Metasay Casting, Outlaw Radio Live from Lighten Up Lounge, smoking, drinking, interrupting from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar. Dave's on the phone. What are you doing there, Dave? What is it, bud?
Just hanging out, living the dream.
Yeah, but are you a millennial? Or you are a millennial? You are a millennial.
Oh, no.
Because I believe you're about 54-ish?
Close.
Wouldn't 54 be a millennial, Lori?
No. Not even close.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Well, then what is
Gen
that?
X. 30,
that's 30, a Gen X.
20s, 30s.
Okay, so Mart is Gen X.
You're Gen X.
Oh, yeah.
So you have that in common. Yeah. My brother and Dave, my poker playing buddy, Mark C.G. Boyer is,
a baby boomer.
He's old, is what he is. And then Lori Downey Jr. fits into one of those categories. Welcome to Outlaw Radio Live from Lighten Up Lounge, smoking, drinking, interrupting. We just did some math on we've only been up on YouTube for about 3 weeks. And we have, our viewers listen for a longer and view for a longer amount of time than most other YouTube shows. For some reason, I would expect them to stick around for maybe 8 minutes, but no, this is like an hour or two and sometimes the entire show. So thank you. I guess. I mean, yes. Otherwise, why are we doing this? At Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, punch that into YouTube and smash the like button. Smash it. And subscribe today. And if anyone knows how to fix some broken hinges, my door's always open. Let me light this.
Oh, God. Wow.
I'll tell you what, Dave's invited back just for that little laugh.
Turn me down.
Okay. My friends, researchers have shown that people are happiest at 7:26 p.m. on Saturday evening. The low point is just after the opening monologue on SNL. Mart, are you with us? Is my brother Mart with us this week?
Well, if sometimes it's like you have to say you comment on everything, and if I talk too much, no, I'm not talking enough. What do you want me to do? Want me to juggle for you? You want me to juggle for you? I got some balls.
You asked the question, and by the way, that's a lie. Secondarily, we can gift you some balls because I would love to see you juggle.
I can juggle.
In honor of Mother's Day weekend, whenever that is for you, a mom, and this is probably a classic, and it was probably a Milton Berle, although I don't recall when Milton Berle and I were friends. And for those of you under 40, Milton was sort of a legendary comedian and sort of invented television. But this sounds like a Berle. When in honor of Mother's Day weekend, a mom gets on a bus with her baby. The bus driver says, "That's the ugliest baby that I've ever seen. Ugh." The woman goes to the rear of the bus, sits down, really pissed. She says to the man next to her, the driver just insulted me. The man says, "You go right up there and you tell him off. Go ahead. I'll hold your monkey for you." Huh? Come on.
Oh, boy.
Work with me. Well, too much politics. So I wanted to get away from it for a little bit and the Depp thing. And so minding our own business, but we will get into the Depp thing.
Too much politics, so we're going to go to monkey jokes now. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wasn't specific. It was an orangutan.
Oh.
Would that have made it better?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Anytime you use orangutan in a sentence, it sort of works.
No wonder people stay tuned for over an hour. I would. Jeez.
Yeah, so I got some Depp analysis and Amber Heard analysis upcoming. Also some Bill Behar. He's getting smarter every week. And this cavity search, I want to talk to you about this. Hey.
No.
What, Mark?
No, I don't want a cavity search.
Did somebody ask you if
There
you
would be
wanted
no
one?
one offering. I mean, when I say no one, I mean no one
I feel
on
so
this
much better.
planet offering a cavity search to Mark C.G.
No, you could not pay me.
And by the way, that's not a put down. Okay, I guess it was. But the point is, the truth is the truth.
Oh.
And we are nothing if we are not truthful here on Outlaw Radio.
I mean, can you
With little old magic man. No, please don't.
You're going to find half the sandwiches folded up in his body and stuff.
Please don't.
Chips all over the place.
So let me run this down and let you, our luscious listener and viewer now, to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, both of you guys and gals, I would love your take on this. Minding our own business, poker night, Wednesday night, another good night for yours truly. Thank you for asking, which means...
How'd you do?
I did. I said another good night.
Well, I was just throwing in the ass.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Dave. But another good night. And one of my poker playing buddies, Rick, was talking, and he was about an hour and a half late. Now, this guy is usually early to the game. He's usually the first one here. But he was caught in some traffic out in the desert. And it was a big traffic jam. I guess someone committed suicide off a bridge.
Correct.
And as another buddy of mine mentioned, you know, if they just let the cars pass and maybe the guy would have landed on a hood and lived. But instead, they're negotiating with the guy. They stop all the traffic.
They cleared it out for him to jump.
Yeah, and so now there's a mess on the 124. And what is there to really clean up? I mean, it's a freeway.
Yeah.
Right? Just take care of it. Run through that thing. Eventually, it's going to clean itself out.
And I'll guarantee...
It's like Mother Earth. That's the way Mother Earth works.
I'll guarantee you, you, man,
Yeah.
there was a woman behind this whole thing for him jumping. Guaranteed. That's why men jump off bridges.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen pictures of him.
Yeah, but I think my brother's onto something here.
Oh.
Why do you
Yeah.
stay away from bridges?
Yeah, and split tails. So here's the thing.
Too late.
Matt, did you say split tail? You must be a caveman.
course you are.
Yes, I am. Ugh. Minding our own business, Rick finally shows up, and he showed up a little intoxicated. I guess he'd been drinking bourbon for hours, but he still, he wasn't off the hook, nutsy drunk or anything, but he was talking about this bourbon called Corbin Cash, and he said it's the best bourbon he's ever tasted, and I said, well, tell me more about it. 126 proof, and it's aged for 1 million years. It was aging before God created Earth, and it's the greatest tasting bourbon. Eventually, about 20 minutes into it, he says, I'll show you the bottle, meaning that he had a bottle out in his car.
Well, God bless.
Right?
Yeah.
So he brings the bottle in, and he shows us, and it's a masterful display of bourbon. It's a beautiful bottle. It looks like the type of bourbon, if indeed you are a brown spirit drinker, it looks like the type of bourbon that you would want to purse your lips with. And it looked really good. So I thought to myself, well, this is some fine quality bourbon. And he brought in some plastic cups, meaning, what does that mean?
He's going to pour some drinks for you guys.
He is going to share that beautiful, gorgeous bourbon with all of us.
And Rick's known to do that, share his stuff.
Stop it.
So
right
unlikely.
Okay.
I knew this is.
All right. So it was.
I'm not going to be able to keep
listen,
my mouth shut.
it was getting a little chilly here in the Lighten Up Lounge, a.k.a. Hell. And we brought the cups, and I said, well, let's get some ice. So grab a little ice cube. He puts about a thimbleful in each cup. Of course, all of us thinking that this is the first taste.
Well, I asked Matt if he gave you each a jigger.
Right. And I said, no, it's a little tiny taste. And we thought, well, that would be the way to taste bourbon, so we can all sort of describe it. And what are the tasting notes? And I caught some Pepsi in there.
Yeah.
And but really tasty, really good bourbon. So I said, well, this calls for glassware. This calls for nice glasses for bourbon. I went in the house. I brought out some of Lori's finest crystal and put an ice cube in each.
That's great.
That's your assumptive cell.
And we all got another little taste. Little taste. And I thought, well, that's to see if we like it with an ice cube and in a fancy glass.
How much was in this bottle? How much was left?
It's a 750.
Full.
It's a regular sized bottle of bourbon, and it left virtually full. Now here's the bottom line. Roman now holds out. Roman, you know him from Outlaw Radio. He holds out his glass, and he said, well, I'd like to try a little more, because we've only had a couple sips so far.
Roman's had enough.
And Roman said, I'd like to try a little more. And I said, well, Roman, that we've all had the exact same amount, which is a tiny thimbleful. Now I can see Rick, just steaming. I can see him steaming. So now I looked into my glass and I said, the only thing that would make this bourbon better are avocados. Now this goes back about 2 weeks. Rick, the same guy that shows me this picture on his phone of a ton of avocados gifted him by somebody, or he has trees or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
But he had just an entire table filled with avocados. I am an avocado connoisseur, not one to boast. I love avocados, and I think it's one of the best natural foods for
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
Superfood.
And it is.
Right.
And I just love the flavor. I can eat him avocado with nothing, no salt.
Yeah.
I just love an avocado. And I think I got that from my dad. My dad, from the great Pacific Northwest, who knew that he would be into avocados when we were growing up? But he was into, and you don't find that a lot in the Pacific Northwest. Certainly, Lori, not on Long Island.
I never heard of avocados before. It was just green stuff.
It's true, because when Lori Downey Jr., former Broadway dancer and former cohort of Morton Downey Jr.'s, when she was dancing and then came out here to Los Angeles, she found a thing called guacamole. And she loved it so much, she called her dad, and she said, Dad, there's this green stuff, and you stick chips in it, and it's really good. And what did your dad say about that?
I don't think I'd eat anything green.
Yeah, he's not into the green stuff. But Lori loves avocado. Well, no, she doesn't. She doesn't love avocado.
I love the guacamole.
But she won't eat an avocado, but she'll eat guacamole.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's like people that hate clams but eat clam chowder.
Sort of,
Kinda.
yes.
You know, it's like, I hate clams.
So back to Rick and the bourbon. Prior to the bourbon, 2 weeks earlier, he shows me the picture of avocados, and then one day on Poker Day, he sends me a bunch of inboxes on my Facebook, which is easily found at Mattalan. That's my first and last name, Mattalan. It's my personal Facebook page. He sends me a bunch of inboxes. Tell me if I should bring the avocados over so you can make guacamole. And then he rephrases it. He says, I'll bring the avocados over if you'll make guacamole. So it was a busy day for me, and I saw 3 or 4 of these, and I said, so the only way he will give me the avocados is if I make guacamole for everyone that night.
You got to do some work for it.
So what do? Of course, I ignore his inboxes because I find them preposterous.
But you make great guacamole.
That doesn't matter. That's not
Lori,
the point.
not one to boast, but you are correct. Lovely Lori Downey Jr. The bottom line here is that there was no avocados arrived because I guess I wouldn't agree to making guacamole.
Oh, my God.
Now, fast forward to last Wednesday, bourbon time. And my poker playing buddy holds out his glass. And I made the comment about the avocados and the fact that we all had a thimbleful. The bourbon was down to Rick's left-hand side next to his chair. 5-6 minutes go by. I noticed he left. I think he snuck out with a bourbon and threw it in his vehicle.
Really?
Now.
He came back?
Wow.
Oh, no. He's playing poker.
Oh.
Yeah, there's nothing going to... Listen, the importance of poker to Rick is high on the scale, but not as high as Kato Kalin. Because Kato Kalin he will walk through broken glass and fire to play poker. Rick, likes to win, and he wins a lot of the time, unlike some other folks.
No names.
No, because I root for Kato every week. Here's where I'm going with this. Dave, my buddy Dave, who is sitting right there. You see him at the head of the table if you're watching Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. I know.
Where's my shades?
And don't you lie. First of all, I want you to promise on my daughter's life that you will tell me the truth.
I promise on your daughter's life.
All right. Now, I'm going to trust that you will tell me the truth.
Now, I better take that back.
He took it back.
Your Honor, did or did not, did Rick call you and talk about the bourbon incident? Yes or no?
Actually,
did he text you? Was there some sort of conversation or correspondence regarding the bourbon incident on poker night? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Ding, ding. Where's my bell? All right.
Where's your bell?
I'm 1 for 1. Not one to boast.
And it's only because you changed it to some sort of correspondence.
But man, do I know people. Now, what was the correspondence? Let's see if I'm right on count number 2.
Okay.
Be honest with us. What was the correspondence from Rick?
Well, how am I going to know if you're right if you don't say it first?
No. I've already told Mark. Yes, Mark knows.
Well, okay. First of all, he did not call me.
I don't know why you moved the mic down. See, I set the mics properly.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
He's fine.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So wrong.
I'm wrong.
Help us, Dave.
I didn't speak to him until yesterday.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Because of other things that happened that night.
Okay. All right.
Which I wasn't thrilled with.
What happened?
So, well, let me tell you something. These two are sort of the petulant crew. I put Rick on a sort of a higher scale when it comes to petulance. I love them both, but they came to my poker game together. They've been friends for about 150 years. So these two are co-joined. I mean, they are buddies for many, many years, but they piss each other off.
Big time.
Please, so go ahead.
And it's, we didn't come together. We came through somebody else at this game at very separate times.
Oh, okay.
You remember? I don't know if you remember, but the other place, way before I came, and then...
No, but this sounds boring.
Yeah,
so,
anyway,
let's move ahead.
Moving ahead, so...
what was the correspondence
from correspondence was, did you hear Matt's comment about the avocados?
that needled him, man.
Well, it needled him. And I said, of course I heard it. And I said, Rick, you should have left that bottle in your car. That you would have alleviated all of this crap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was no reason to bring it in to do.
Hold on a second. He has to add to this, though. So what else did he say in this correspondence? Come on.
But you're correct.
You were on the stand, my friend.
Yeah, apparently
but you're correct when you said you should have. The best thing to do is just not even tease us.
Well, yes, if you're going, if you're going to be a cheap bastard, leave the bottle in the car.
Damn it, leave the bottle in the car.
Don't give the boy a sip of bourbon. Don't give it to him.
But I just wanted to do.
It's like Pavlov, dog. You throw in some bourbon and they want more. They want more than a thimbleful.
Let the boy drink your bourbon. Please let the boy drink your... Oh, let him drink your bourbon.
So, Dave.
I mean, you're talking about an $85 bottle of... I mean...
So?
It's nothing. It's nothing in the big scheme of things.
Especially for him.
Especially for
him.
Especially for a man who professes his riches damn near every week.
Right.
I mean, one of his comments a couple weeks ago playing poker was simply, I don't know why I'm so tight with my folds and I'm so tight with my calls because, I got more money than anyone and I can make a call anytime. But you can't share more than a thimbleful of a $85 bottle of bourbon.
Yeah.
What else did he say, Dave?
Pathetic.
You don't want to say it.
That was the gist of it. It was a very short. We talked about other things at the game that happened, which we'll talk about.
He mentioned the avocados, but did he mention my mentioning of the short pour? He must have.
Honestly,
that's a yes. Mart, is that a yes?
It probably is. Yeah, he probably did, but it was just...
Now, Dave.
See, here's the thing. I can't have this discussion with him because, and God praise that he's not listening right now, but he is the cheapest, greediest fucking... Excuse me, sorry. He is, and it's hard for me not to tell him how disgusting it is.
Here's the bottom line, and I didn't have to learn this from Lori, but Lori Downey Jr., our producer, is the same way, and I was brought up this way, and so was Lori.
She's not greedy.
I know you bring a gift to someone's house. If you open up a bottle of bourbon, if you bring, let's say, a spiral sliced ham, you don't take half of it back with you.
Never.
You leave the bottle or you finish the bottle among your friends.
And let me tell you something.
That's the way it works, right, Laura?
Yes.
And
I got worse stuff. I mean, I had people that would come to my house. They would bring like a $2 bottle of wine. And then they would take, they wouldn't open it. They'd drink all my wine and then try to take one of my bottles with them.
That's funny because me and my buddy Rick from Long Island had the same conversation last night. He goes, Marty, we were on the phone. He goes, I don't know what it is with some people, man. He goes, I was raised, I always bring a bottle. I bring something to somebody's house. I always leave it.
Always.
You don't take it.
Yeah. If it's a party, you bring something.
And the mistake here is you're Matt's. If you were at Matt's house and say you're gifted something and you accidentally leave it here, he's going to eat the son of a gun anyway. So you don't want to leave anything here.
What do you mean by that? You're going back to the Cato Kalin gift and bacon. Come on.
Did you crack the ham open yet?
Don't be small-minded like Rick.
Oh, I'm not.
All right? Open up that package of bacon, and you know what? If you eat, we all eat. Right? If you drink, we all drink.
Marty brought it in for us.
I did. I cooked it for you guys.
He did.
Yeah.
It was good.
All right. And P.S., I like Rick a lot, and I say that. I don't have to say that, but I like the guy. But I have never in my life met a cheaper human being. Lot to get to on the big dog of broad chasing. You know I meant to say casting. OutlawRadioLive.com.
That's right, I'm sad and blue, cause I can't do the boogaloo. I'm lost, can't do my thing, and that's why I sing. Gimme that thing. Give me that, 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 give me that. I sing it one more time, mama. Give me that, 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 give me that. Well, you ain't doing that. Can anybody ever tell you?
We stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Aha. If anyone knows how to fix some broken hinges, my door's always open.
Wide open.
Whoa, that's some heavy-duty bourbon, not gifted by my poker-playing buddy Rick. Woo! That's a good one. Thimbleful of bourbon, Corbin Cash bourbon. It's a thimbleful, baby. So if you just tuned in, we had a little dissertation on bringing gifts to parties and or homes of people that you enjoy. If you are to bring a bottle of bourbon or, say, a wine, leave it. Leave it. Even if it's not finished, leave it at their home.
I mean, that's just
it's
general,
grace.
Yeah,
it's just general grace, graciousness.
And common sense again.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Now, does he even... I don't know him at
What?
all.
No, I didn't say...
Rick. No, does he
I didn't even mention Rick, did I?
As he's being this way, whatever...
Not more than 3 or 4.
Does it even bother him?
100 times.
Does it bother him as he's doing it?
It obviously...
He does not know.
It doesn't compute with him.
Apparently.
Yeah, because I like him. You know, he's a good guy... But his foibles are so deeply seated, and, you know, I shouldn't get into psychology because most of these paid professional psychologists are so full of crap. I don't think there's one good one. I think they're all guessing and they're making crap up. You know, watching this Depp friggin' trial sort of confirmed everything that I thought about psychologists and psychiatrists.
What a circus.
They know nothing. Yeah. They know nothing. They're making crap up as they go. But because they have a doctorate and they went through 9 years of school, then they shouldn't. No.
They went through life.
Yeah.
And got their doctorate on life because they did it, and then their problems are everybody's problems.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, experts. I just love the category of expert.
It's like social workers. It's like all
meaningless.
That crap, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had to go. I had I think a psychologist, social worker when I was going through my divorce, and she's wearing those what are those hippie thong things on their feet that they
Crocs?
wear? Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks.
Wearing the Birkenstocks and real unattractive. So you know which way she goes politically. She know which way I was sort of leaning because of my soon-to-be ex-wife.
And you know she's sporting a jungle. You know that.
All right, Mark. You know that's ridiculous.
She wears Birkenstocks.
Please. This is not a show about being demeaning to women, but get out the lawnmower, man, because I'll tell you what, a
machete, I was thinking, bro.
Little weed eater would not be out of the question.
If you need a Sherpa, it's time to move on.
All right.
With a gold hoop.
Let's jump into the Depp case for a moment. Females have that weeping, that crying card in their arsenal.
Oh, God.
That men don't have.
And they can use it just boom.
Apparently not.
Why?
Well, not her.
She was crying on the stand. She was losing control.
Did you see one tear from her eyes? She had the tissue. She had everything, but not one tear came out of that eyeball.
Yeah.
Not one.
My ex-wife did the same damn thing in that meeting with the psychologist. A complete fake cry. And I looked at the psychologist. I said, don't you see that that's fake? Oh, my God. I just dug my grave because this broad bought everything. So it's not about truth in the courtroom. It's about who can convince the jury. And I do believe that Depp has a shot, hoping the jurors can see through Amber Heard's crap. Now, listen, is it all crap? No.
It was on his bed.
It's yeah, a lot of crap on the old bed. Amber Poopy Heard.
You know what, Matt?
Yeah,
right
Laura.
now there are billions of people that are there for Johnny Depp.
I can't hear you. Not billions, but
yeah, it's billions.
Yeah, it is.
Billions, really?
38 billion people compared to like 3 million.
Which is okay, but why are they on his side? Is it because he's Johnny Depp, or do they see through this broad's vitriol and her lies?
She's a bad actress, that's why.
I think you're right, Laura.
Well, she says on one hand, I did not, and I was not, and then on tape, she's doing it.
Right.
So
I mean, If you listen to some of these unedited tapes, I mean, she is thrown under the bus, and she does it to herself.
Oh, yeah.
The tip of the finger bit. My God, she damn near, she admits the thing.
Yeah.
She admits to doing this, but they could not allow that in the court. Anytime there are second parties involved in the tapes, they can't allow that.
It's hearsay.
Because it's hearsay.
Yeah.
But all you have to do is listen to this, and it's not because they were folks working for Depp. This was candid. They didn't know that they were being, I was going to say taped. That shows you how old I am. But they were not being recorded. They didn't know that. So there'll probably be lawsuits now from many of those folks saying, you didn't have my permission to record you. Of course, they're on his property, so I don't know. Maybe all bets are off. But Amber Poopy Heard, man, I mean, the woman who left defecation in Johnny Depp's bed, for me, that's all bets are off at that point. Doesn't that sort of connote a bit of psycho-ness, Lori? I mean, could you, in your wild, and I know Lori can be mean if a man does the wrong thing around her.
Oh, yeah.
But my God, could you, and I don't even want to think about you doing that.
Too late, she's already done it.
What? Never.
She just did it this morning, you don't even know. No, I'm kidding.
No, it was number one, doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
Guys are so gross.
Yeah, we are. I want to jump in the Wayback Machine now. I'm so sorry that came out. Are you aware Elon Musk paid nearly half of Amber Heard's $1.3 million donation to ACLU?
Correct.
Almost half of that.
That's right.
She was supposed to pay it all.
She didn't pay anything.
She didn't
She
pay
paid
a damn thing.
$100,000, I heard.
Yeah.
$100,000 out of $1 million.
Drop in the bucket.
And it was all donations in her name.
Right.
But not by her.
Now, understand that this Johnny Depp, a guy that I am defending, why? Because I love him so much, because I like him so much, because I adore the great Johnny Depp? No. I haven't seen one of the Pirates movies. Not that proves anything, but I had no interest. I'm trying to think of a Johnny Depp film.
Edward Scissorhands.
Never saw it. No interest. The Willy Wonka thing. There's no chance I'm going to watch that.
I got
there is one Willy Wonka.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And it's a man played by Gene Wilder, one of the greatest, a man built for that role.
I want the Golden Goose, Daddy.
Was a genius.
I want the Golden Goose.
So I have no interest. Name another one. What am I missing here when it comes to Johnny Depp's portfolio in the entertainment?
Chocolat was a good one.
I never saw that.
Chocolat?
What?
Chocolat, yeah, wasn't he the
I don't
French?
know. This is your story.
I just saw it because my girl, who I'm like, anyway, I watched it and he was in it. He played a gypsy.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I think he's a pretty good actor.
I like the first Pirates, and then after that, it lost me.
The things I've seen him in, 21 Jump Street, put him on the map, and it was his buddy Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is Johnny Depp's buddy, and I guess they were rooming together. And Johnny, all he ever wanted to do was be a rock star. He was a musician. That was Johnny Depp's thing. And Nicolas Cage one day, when Johnny couldn't get a gig, he said, well, you should go see my agent. He went to see his agent. The rest is history.
Yeah, man.
Making $1 gazillion in the movie industry.
No, I'm Captain Jack Sparrow is what I am in this
But this is a man that I'm defending because and is he sort of domineering in the relationship? Some of that stuff I believe via Amber Heard. But it doesn't make it right to beat the hell out of him and cut his finger off and poop in his bed. Yes, Lori?
He's much older than her, which she keeps saying over and over and over again.
Yeah, those old men, old fat guys, and your career washed up. Boy, that is the worst thing you can say to a man.
And by the way, the Hollywood Vampires, the band that he does play with Alice Cooper and all those dudes, they're actually really a good band. You can call them old guys and whatever like that bitch did, but they're really
they are old to her, because what is she now? 36 or something?
I know the drummer now. I know the drummer well, man, and that band is really freaking good.
Well, what have we established here, Lori? That my brother Mart knows the drummer.
I do.
Excellent.
I've known him for a long time.
Glad we got that. But this is the guy that I should have a tough time defending because of his vitriol. And do I think he's the smartest guy? No, I don't think
his remarks about Trump make me sick.
I don't think he's a brain surgeon, my friends. I don't think he's on spot when it comes to being an intelligent guy. I don't think so.
Well, let me ask you this.
He's inarticulate. It takes him about an hour to get through a sentence. Yes, Lori?
I feel like she's mimicking Johnny Depp. I feel like she's wearing the vest and she's taking the same pause
she is
as
doing
he
that.
did.
That's interesting, yeah.
And I think she's lost herself. I don't think that there was really anybody there. If you look at her acting, she had nothing to recall on.
Well, look at the eyes, Lori. I don't think there's anyone behind those eyes. I don't see anyone there.
Oh, no.
I see a career-digging bitch, if I might be so bold.
She was lucky to have an acting career. I mean, she's a beautiful woman when you look at her on print, but when you see her in the court, you see all that beauty just disappear. You see Psycho.
Elon Musk, and who's that other actor that she was?
Franco.
Yeah.
He was my
James
client.
Franco?
Yeah.
James Franco, the guy behind the raviolis in the can.
Is that the one she was in the elevator with?
Yeah. So she's caught red-handed. Now, we don't have a video of them doing it, but gosh, why is James Franco heading up to her place? Here's the thing. This is a man that I believe should most likely win this lawsuit. They only have to win on one count. I think there are 3 counts. They only have to win on one. But this is the idiot stick that said this in public on stage a few years ago. Go ahead, Laura.
What are we going to?
That would be probably the first one on your page.
All right.
Just to make it, or it's not.
Okay.
728.
See?
Yeah.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah, first one on your page.
Yeah, ready.
First one.
Mm-hmm.
Not the second, but the first.
Okay.
If you go to your page, I try to make it I try to make it so easy.
I'm gonna walk away. When I walk away, don't follow me.
I make it number 1 on your page.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Amber number 2 Heard.
Okay. I'm going to the first one.
This is Johnny Depp, a guy that I'm defending, and you know how I feel about Trump. Is he a big loudmouth? You bet your ass. But he was our loudmouth, and he was a brilliant president. Continue.
I think he needs help. And, I don't know. A lot of wonderful dark places he could go. It's just a question. I'm not insinuating anything. By the way, this is going to be in the press. It'll be horrible. But I like that you're all a part of it. When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
Wow. And this is the guy I'm defending.
And the crowd goes wild.
Oh, yeah. Well, because, Johnny, I'd do anything for you.
I want to clarify, I'm not an actor. I lie for a living.
Like most of Hollywood, yes?
It's been a while.
Okay. No, he's not a brain surgeon. And this is a man who made despicable remarks concerning our president. But I do believe that between him and Amber Poopy Bed Heard, I think that his statements are certainly more valid, and it seems to me that he's more truthful. And the question you have to ask yourself is, why would he have taken it to this level and sued her and know what would come down in court if he didn't know beyond a shadow of a doubt that he was in the right?
Right.
Why would he do that? Why would he open himself up to such ridicule if he didn't know in his gut that he was correct about this? Something to ponder. When we return, viewers throughout the world have noticed Amber Heard's courtroom testimony sounds identical to lines from famous movies.
Yeah.
And we will play you a little A-B. We'll play you her line, and then we'll play you the line for the movie.
Fun.
Yeah. It's almost like a radio game show.
I like it.
Yeah, all that in less than minutes on OutlawRadioLive.com.
stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Oh, yeah, my buddy Billy. Got to get his ass over here now that we're on YouTube. Sure, that'll excite him. You know, Billy Gibbons, probably never been on television. Wow, you got that newfangled sort of viewing version of Outlaw Radio? Hell yeah, I'll get my ass over there.
That's good, Billy. Hey, Billy, can I sing this song with you? No, buddy.
That's what he told my brother years ago when he was on Outlaw Radio. May I sing this song with you?
No,
not going to do it.
No matter how much tequila he had.
Oh, I love Billy Gibbons. Love that man. One of the good guys of all time. Happens to be a Texan. You know another Texan who I miss? Meatloaf.
Oh, yeah.
Another great man.
What a loss.
Great man.
Big time, man.
When we return, I'll get into the Amber Heard courtroom testimony that a lot of her lines sound like lines from movies. Go figure that one. There has to be something in the Homeowners Association bylaws about this one. A Florida couple walking their dog. And if you'll notice, most of my Florida kicker stories are from Florida. They were walking their dog. The dog was doing his business. At the very moment, they ran into a bear in Florida. The bear charged everyone, including the dog, and the dog ran. And there's a video from the Ring doorbell. Man, is there any privacy anymore anywhere?
No, man.
Doesn't exist.
No.
It doesn't exist.
You have to be careful.
The couple and the dog were scrambling into the house. The bear coming close, then stopping, deciding against continuing the attack, walking away. The bear returned later to drink from their fountain. Here's a little tip. Make noise to scare the bear away if this happens to you. Make loud noises. And do not, as these folks did, run. Bears instinctively chase you if you run.
Dogs, bears.
As I understand it, you're supposed to make yourself bigger.
Yeah, well, yeah, with a blackberry.
You know, raise your arms above your head. And
a grizzly or a brown, good luck with that, man. But a black bear, yeah, you can scare them off.
Yeah, and a couple was preparing for the wife's birthday celebration where they got an early present, a gator in their garage. Of course, this is another story.
Oh, of course.
Why are all the good stories from Florida?
That's a good place.
It's funny, right?
It just so happens that Florida, home of the most colorful people, and, as it once again so happens, the world's greatest friggin' governor.
Yeah,
that DeSantis is the man. They found a gator in their garage trashing the soda, and they'd stocked all the soda there for a party, and the gator was biting into it. A gator in the middle and Diet Coke spewing everywhere. Tip for Floridians: keep the garage door closed.
There's gators out there.
Just keep her closed because there are gators out there.
In Florida.
And
everywhere.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
All over the place, man.
Yeah. You know, when I was in Miami a few years ago, I thought I'd see a gator.
We did.
We did?
We were going over the bridge to our hotel room, me, you, Mary, and Abraham.
Yeah.
And in the water, I go, look, and I just saw the top of his head. Oh, maybe you weren't paying attention. Yeah, I don't know, but I saw it.
Probably too drunk.
I don't know, man. that whole 4 days, we were pretty...
Lot to get to. We're going to hear Amber Heard in the courtroom. Testimony that's identical to movies.
Love
and
it.
a lot of that coming up. Plus, Dave Chappelle upset that armed attacker not charged with a felony will welcome to L.A. All that and less in minutes on the Big Dog of Broad Chasing Outlaw Radio.
Even though we sometimes would not get a thing, we were happy. You know, we're the last line of defense, and really the comedians are the last, the voice of truth in this whole thing.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt. But I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. There's lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar. In the Lighten Up Lounge, we drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
All right. Okay. Welcome back to the second hour of Outlaw Radio, live from the Lighten Up Lounge, smoking, drinking, interrupting, and loving America. That's what we do here from the San Fernando Valley in the hills, spitting distance from Hollywood, Cali, where all them miscreants live. For those wondering, who is this Dave Weiner and why is he here? Dave plays poker with us on Wednesday, and he's a studio guy. How would you describe that? I mean, what is it you've done for about 30 friggin' years?
I drive. I'm a Teamster.
But your big show, which has been renewed again?
SWAT. Yep.
SWAT.
Season 6. Come on.
So, yeah, well, obviously someone's watching that thing, huh?
Yeah, it's just very popular.
And you went to a huge rap party the other day.
Yep.
And was it the director or producer or one of the stars?
Number one, yeah, Shamar Moore's rap party. He did the rap party at his house.
Now, Shamar, is he the director?
No, he's the lead actor in the
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
So he's making a buck or two.
Oh, a couple.
Yeah, well, congratulations, man. Yeah. That's nice.
He's good.
It's a good gig, dude.
I like it when a plan comes together. Well, you have to know how to drive an 18-wheeler, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. I have always been fascinated by people who are the best at what they do. And so how do you back one of those things up to park it? Do you back it up?
Oh, yeah. Very carefully.
See that, man, that blows my mind.
Do you power shift?
We are a team, let's just say that, and we pride ourselves in what we do.
Now, when you say we, what do you call the Teamsters?
The transportation department on any show, not just our show. We all work as a family. Yeah. We work together, and, in tight spots. There's guys behind me. We have radios. We do what we need to do to get where we need to be.
And so but on occasion you hobnob with the stars of the show, right?
All the time.
And you found that half or 3/4 of them are good people, but then you run into that one idiot stick, right?
Oh yeah.
Now I'm not asking you to name names. It's not good for your career, but I mean there have been a few.
There have been many.
Have there been one or two that you thought would be a great person? I'm not saying guy, female, or male, that you were blown away by what an a-hole they were? Has that happened?
Absolutely.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
So you thought this is a good person, and then you meet the person, and it's no.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's happened more than a lot of times.
So you worked with Ellen DeGeneres, huh?
Never.
Who's a hot chick on SWAT, man? There's just one that stands
So you've
out.
seen it,
I've
right?
seen it a couple of times.
Well, Lena, who's not...
Lena Wayback?
Lena Esco.
That's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Viewers notice Amber Poopy Bed Heard courtroom testimony sounds identical to lines from famous movies. Many viewers of the trial took to social media to point out that several of Amber Heard's statements during her testimony are real similar to famous movie lines. In one example, social media users noted that the actress sounded strikingly similar to Gwyneth Paltrow's character Marge Sherwood from the 1999 film The Talented Mr. Ripley. She recalled the earliest part of her relationship with Johnny Depp on the witness stand. Viewers took to social media to point out that several of Amber Heard's statements during her testimony, I guess, let's see. Okay, let's just play this thing. It's 9:88. This is Amber, and then they sort of A-B it with that scene from The Talented Mr. Ripley. Go ahead. This is her in the courtroom.
Like, when I was around Johnny, I felt like the most beautiful person in the whole world.
Yeah, stop it. I didn't see that movie, but I remember that line. I remember that line, so I wonder if I saw snippets of that movie, because that is a standout line in that movie. All right, start from the beginning, Lori.
Like, when I was around Johnny, I felt like the most beautiful person in the whole world. You know, it made me feel seen, made me feel like $1 million. It felt like a dream. It felt like absolute magic. And then he would disappear.
Doesn't it sound like she's
And
acting?
there'd be just no way to get a hold of him, no way to contact him.
The thing with Dickie, it's like the sun shines on you and it's glorious. And then he forgets you and it's very, very cold.
So I'm learning.
When you have his attention, you feel like you're the only person in the world. That's why everybody loves him.
What do you think, Laura?
Well, that's pretty bad. I think that's pretty bad.
So she studies movie lines and then uses them in the courtroom.
What does every actress do?
Right.
I mean, what they act. Hey, Lori.
Yeah.
Didn't you get the sense that she was full of crap?
Oh, totally.
You do, right?
Oh, all the time. Anytime she opens her mouth, I feel like she's full of crap.
At another point during...
she's not full of crap anymore. She let her loose.
It's all in Johnny's bed.
Oh, man.
It's just sort of sitting there. How come they never showed that picture in court?
Know.
Ew.
Or maybe they did, but...
Just a steamer.
See, I don't want to see it.
Oh.
But there's a part of me that... Ow! You know, it's like that weird video from the 60s with when they were eating the monkey brains.
Yeah.
What was that called? Terror of Death?
Faces of Death.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Faces of Death.
Yeah, that's
Faces of Death.
That was crazy.
It's sort of like that. They could include that snippet of poopy bed in Faces of Death. Make it an extended version. Maybe I'm onto something. I wonder what the rights would cost to that thing.
God.
This is really wrong.
Totally.
I didn't do it. But how can you believe anything out of the mouth of this Amber friggin' Heard when she is capable of such defecation? At another point during Amber Heard's testimony, we'll just call her number 2 from here on out. The actress described an incident in which Depp allegedly slapped her, knocking her from the couch to the floor, adding that all she could do was stare at the dirty carpet.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet and why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before, and I just didn't know what else to do. And I wish I could sit here and say I stood up and I walked out of that house and I drew a line and I stood up for myself.
I'm not buying it.
Oh, no.
I was just looking at the dirty carpet, trying to will myself to get up.
I am not buying
it. You gotta get up now. Come on. Let's go. You think I don't know this carpet? I've been on this carpet. I have lost weeks of my life to this carpet. And you gotta get up off this carpet, Alex.
In the punching of the walls next to my head.
He punched the wall beside my head.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Huh?
Right out of the movie.
By the way, I got
verbatim.
I got the COVID again.
Yeah, I had it twice.
That's my 4th time this week. Yeah. I got the COVID
today.
And why is the carpet dirty? Can Depp afford a maid?
One Twitter user exclaimed, when I heard her talking about the carpet, I said, that came from Maid. I knew it. Heard also claimed that Depp had apologized profusely after allegedly slapping her, telling her, I'd rather cut my hand off than ever lay it upon you. Social media users pointed out that Heard's comment was a direct line from the film Mildred Pierce, in which Joan Crawford's character says, I'm sorry I did that. I'd rather cut off my hand after slapping Anne Blythe's character. She literally got that from a movie, another Twitter user reacted. Here we go.
Apologizing profusely. I mean, just... You know, he said, I'd rather cut my hand off than ever lay it on you or lay it upon you.
I did that. I'd have rather cut off my hand.
Come on.
This is awesome.
Come on. Come on.
The plot thickens.
Another Twitter user pointed out that the line, "Do you know how much it takes to break a human's hand?" is from the Netflix show I Am a Killer. Another individual claimed that Heard had borrowed a scene from the 2004 film White Chicks when the dog flies out the window and is hanging on by its lead.
Leash.
Lead. It says lead.
Probably leash.
That's the same thing as a leash.
It's just British.
That's the same thing as a leash. I'm a dog expert.
Oh, is that a British term?
Yeah.
Proper.
The
Yeah,
lead.
Yeah, it's where you lead the dog around.
This is why I'm afraid of Brits. I don't understand.
Thank you.
No.
I simply don't understand. And we make better fish and chips. Let's face it. Here in America, we do.
I thought I was the only one.
No, we don't. We don't overbread them. At another point in her testimony, Heard harped on Depp drinking a lot of tea. Oh yeah, boy, she went off on the tea drinking. Some social media users sounded as though the actress was mimicking Julia Roberts' character for the 1999 film Notting Hill. Another Twitter user claimed one of Heard's statements depicted a scene from the series True Detective. This is 239, Lori. Cut 239, Amber Hand.
What losing your hands over? How would that work exactly? Just apply a couple pounds of pressure. Snap your wrist.
Sounds like our old buddy Richard Tyson.
Yeah, it sure does.
Huh?
It does.
This is your last flight out.
Anybody within the sound of our voice know who Richard Tyson is? You'd know him from Two Moon Junction.
Kindergarten Cop.
There used to be Two Moon Junction parties that like 12 women would get together.
Yeah.
And, wow, what would they do? What would they do while watching that movie? Because he was a sexy beast in that movie.
At 3 o'clock high.
Well, I mean, what do they do?
Fantasy.
You know, I don't get together with a bunch of guys and watch porn.
Why are there 12 women?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. I read that in the rule book, but I think you could change it to whatever number of folks.
Yeah, because I don't have 12 female friends. Yeah.
What, are you planning a Richard Tyson Two Moon Junction party, Lori?
I got to find 12 friends or 11.
Yeah. We emanate this program from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar in the hills of the San Fernando Valley here in Los Angeles. And I'd like to welcome you to Los Angeles, where attacks are not only allowed, but encouraged. Dave Chappelle is upset that armed attacker not charged with a felony.
It's weird.
And he should be.
Of course he should.
Absolutely.
He should be.
He said he was not guilty, and you see him charging him on stage.
Well, what else is he going to plead? I don't know. You know, you can catch someone with a bullet in the chamber and the gun against someone's head, shooting him in the head, and they plead not guilty.
How can you not be guilty when they have the tape?
Guy's just minding his own business during a performance right down the street. I mean, 10 miles from where we emanate here in the San Fernando Valley. It's a travesty of justice. The DA, George Gascon. Shouldn't that guy, we have, 400,000 signatures to get rid of this friggin' piece of crap?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bad guy. But we tried it with this stupid governor of California, and you see how that went.
You know, Matt, there are actually people at Walmart that don't want to get rid of Gascon because they think that he's doing a great job.
No, why at Walmart?
Because they're looking for you to sign the petition to get rid of him, and there are people that won't sign it because they think that he's great.
But what does that have to do with Walmart again?
I don't know.
Well,
Because that's where
it's
they
the class
were.
of people that go there.
No, that's it. That's not true.
You know what? I believe Dave, man. I don't go to
telling you.
Walmart.
No.
I don't go there.
I like a Walmart. You know,
too bright.
Yeah, you can buy a lot of crap.
It's weird.
But you get a lot of stuff.
It's a great store, but I'm telling you,
You get a lot
the
of
people that go there are not being prosecuted for a reason.
Well, I was there, Dave.
Okay.
Well, okay.
I don't think this has anything to do with Walmart.
No.
I think this has to do with a really crappy DA, George Gascon.
That was the idea.
Yeah. He's refusing to prosecute this case as a felony. Is it not a felony what happened on stage to Chappelle?
Yeah.
And he had a weapon.
Hell! Not only a gun, but a knife.
Well, it was a gun that was a knife.
Yes.
Gun knife.
Come on. It's just ridiculous.
Everybody has a gun knife.
It's a knife.
Yeah, guy.
Chappelle's attorney, Gabriel Colwell, told the New York Post the city attorney who filed the case is doing his job, but D.A. Gascon should also do his job and charge this as a felony. The suspect, 23-year-old Isaiah Lee, was instead charged with a misdemeanor. You know, if there were ever a time to cause some havoc in this town, I wish I had it in me. I'd like to go bust some chops. Because, I mean, the most I would get is a misdemeanor.
No.
Well, no, I'm a white guy.
That's right.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm probably dead in my tracks.
Oh, you're going away for years.
Hell yeah, I'm a straight white guy. But by the way, I haven't decided yet.
So
I may be a black female and about to come out in the next couple weeks. I'm seriously thinking about it, Lori. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I'm so pretty. This was a violent assault that was perpetrated on an unsuspecting entertainer while he was giving a show in front of thousands of people at the Hollywood Bowl.
Not by Will Smith.
No, the idea that Lee had a deadly weapon on him, one that was a replica of a handgun and a knife, it's a violent assault, Chappelle's attorney added. Of course it is. I mean, this is just a black and white case, man.
The city attorney was on this morning on the news. I saw, and we are going to throw the book and blah, blah, blah. Come on.
You're talking about Gascon?
No.
The city attorney.
The city attorney.
Yeah.
I don't remember his...
Mike Fewer.
Fewer. Yeah, he was on. They showed him barking about this. We're going to throw the book at this guy. This is absolutely, we need to set a precedent, and
That's only because he's running for something.
Maybe.
Mike Fewer is a weak little weakling.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
A weak little weakling?
Oh, that's COVID. Oh, yeah. That is Cove. That's total Cove.
That's the Cove?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should be wearing a mask. Wonder if I have an extra mask.
Oh.
I got one for you.
I got one for
The LA
you.
City attorney hit Lee with 4 misdemeanor counts: battery, possessing a deadly weapon with intent to assault, unauthorized access to the stage area during a performance, and commission of an act that delays the event or interferes with the performer. Chappelle's attorney said he believes the maximum penalty for the 4 misdemeanor charges is just 18 months in jail, $4,000 fine if convicted. You think he's going to spend even a month in jail?
No.
Not a chance.
What is it, like $330,000 bail?
Well, it's only a $4,000 fine.
I think it was a $30,000 bill.
Colwell, however, disagreed, doubling down that Lee had been in possession of a deadly weapon. And it was it not?
It's a knife. It's a fake gun, but it's a real knife.
Is that not considered a deadly weapon?
Yeah.
Of course. And he smuggled it in.
You know who's a smart guy? Howie Mandel. I've said this for years. He says Will Smith's slap opened the floodgates for assaults on comedians.
Yep.
And it's true. It's true. I mean, this only happened a few weeks later.
Yep.
Now, is it connected? Yeah, probably. You know, hell, Will Smith got away with it. Why not me?
But what about security at the Hollywood Bowl or any of those other places? How did he get in with that?
Well, you know these poor guys who own these comedy clubs, now they're freaking out, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so now they have to spend extra money on security?
But Lori's got a point because there's metal detectors everywhere, and how the hell did he get a knife that has steel in it?
Is there a metal detector at the Hollywood Bowl, though? It's been years since I've been there. So
Yes.
Is there?
Everybody walks through
So
it.
how in the hell did he get in there with it?
Who knows?
Howie Mandel believes Will Smith assaulting Chris Rock at the Oscars has made it open season on stand-up comics. And, of course, he's talking about the Dave Chappelle attack. And Joe Rogan blasts L.A. DA for undermining faith in law enforcement by not charging suspect in Chappelle attack. And I'm only mentioning Joe Rogan for clickbait because I put Joe Rogan in the headline of this week's YouTube version of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Not that I really give an ass at what Joe has to say. I don't dislike
Joe.
I don't dislike Joe at all. In fact, I would go so far as to say I like Joe. But the reason I'm talking about Joe is so I could put him in the title. That's the only reason.
Wow.
100% honest. So hopefully that clickbait works. You know, get a few more over here to YouTube. Because if I didn't mention him after putting that in the title, that would be unfair and that would be a lie. And if there's one thing we are here on Outlaw Radio, we are truth tellers. Saying the decision undermines trust in the law, Joe Rogan blasted the L.A. District Attorney's Office. Aren't we all? I mean, right? Did I need to mention Joe Rogan? No. Clickbait. In an Instagram post, the top podcast he told 15 million followers. This is why I did it. 15 million followers?
Joe's a likable dude, man.
And I'm not?
He's a good... Well,
I'm not.
You try to be.
No, I don't. Maybe that's the problem. No, I don't. I am a likable guy.
And Joe's got some really good...
Get to know me, folks.
Joe's got some really good guests, always like Joey Diaz and all these guys he brings in that are just the best of the best comedians. And
Martin, why don't you do, for the next 90 minutes, a big Joe Rogan promo instead of us doing an Outlaw radio show?
Well, it's
Marty.
It's clickbait, so, you know.
Well, no, not the more you talk about it.
My son met Joe backstage in Austin, Texas, and
wow. Said, yeah, he was a swell guy.
Yeah, hung out with him backstage.
Lot nicer guy than my Uncle Matt.
He didn't say that, but
he thought it.
But he mean, yeah.
I bet at least Joe shaves before the show. I didn't have time.
No, Joe doesn't shave, man.
He doesn't?
Looks like a caveman.
You look good, Matt.
Lori, I have looked like crap. I used to be the cutest young guy on the planet.
Wow.
Now look at me.
You look
It's
good.
the COVID.
What, with the facial hair?
I can't see it. I'm looking.
Yeah, but you can't see it because now it just looks white.
Oh.
Well, you're a white man.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Speaking of Will Smith, he's in therapy after the Oscar slap.
Oh.
Therapy.
Yeah, he's in therapy. After marching on the Oscar stage, like he did, like at that point in time, he didn't understand that what he was doing was wrong.
He's in therapy because he has to be.
But I'll tell you what, some therapist is making buku bucks from old Will Smith, which just proves that my opinion on the validity of therapists have been confirmed. Watching the Depp Horton Here's a Herd trial, and this friggin' Will Smith and the therapists are full of crap.
Yeah.
You know, we were going to have a therapist on regarding this Will Smith thing, someone who knew about it. And I decided, we booked her, and I said, why?
Yeah.
What is the point? What does she know that we don't? And the answer is probably a lot, because we're dunderheads. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you from behind. Stay away. Look out. If you're out on a moonlit night, be careful of the neighborhood strays. Have a lady with long black hair trying to win you with her feminine ways. Crystal ball on the table, showing the future, the past. Same cat with them evil eyes. You better get out of that fast. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. She's just a devil woman.
While driving along, top down, hair whipping in the wind, the radio turned up so loud bugs burst and birds scatter. You've got it locked on the greatest show on earth. Tanned, relaxed, and grinning. The legendary Outlaw Radio.
Oh, okay. I've said it once. I'll say it again. Crack this, Lori. I am a white man in a black man's body. Man, one of my favorites growing up in Everett, Washington, little 14-year-old digging Earth, Wind, and Fire. Are you making noises, Lori?
Sorry, it was me.
No, Dave's over there talking. He's just doing some non-professional crap.
Oh, dear. Wow, and we certainly expect professionalism from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar. Huh. Come on now.
What is that?
You know this song, Lori? That's my white man dance.
Did you see that, Lori? I didn't want to say anything, dude, but
the moon was bright.
What the hell is that?
Around the here.
I want to see that
atmosphere. I think it was this.
You do a John Travolta and Saturday Night Fever.
Biggest man in history. I'm telling you, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. Gap Band, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Here's the money shot. Get ready. Listen to this harmony. Get it, Maurice. London Bridge is falling down. Everybody now. They just lost their sax player, Wolcott. Great saxophonist. All the good ones from this band are dying, man. Maurice White, you know, the king of Earth, Wind, and Fire, he died years ago.
Yep.
Listen to that brass. You just don't get that anymore.
And I still love the story, man. I've said it before years ago, but TMZ got this bag lady, literally a bag lady in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And they said, we understand that you wrote the song September for Earth, Wind, and Fire. She goes, I absolutely did. Yeah. And the bass player was standing there next to she ain't lying. She wrote it. She wrote that friggin' song for him, man. She's a bag lady. That song was one of their biggest hits of all time.
Love this band. Love this band. My best buddy, John Albee, as we're cruising Colby and I want to hear Earth, Wind, and Fire, he wouldn't play it. But we did listen to a lot of Joe Walsh, Life's Been Good.
AC/DC.
Oh, yeah, a lot of AC/DC. And that was before I was completely into AC/DC. I didn't understand the complexity and the beautiful rock and roll performed by the great Bon Scott and the crew.
Man. It's a long way, baby.
Kevin Hart says Dave Chappelle attacker gets his ass whooped, sends a necessary message to others.
Correct.
I was turned on to Kevin Hart by my own doing. This had to be... Lori, how long have we known each other? Two? Wow. 2 years? No, too long?
Yeah.
About 15 years? So this had to be about 14 years ago when I was renting stuff from RedTube from 7-Eleven. There remain a few of those.
Redbox.
Still Redbox.
RedTube's a porn site. Hey, just get it straight.
Little Freudian.
Really?
Little Freudian.
Great.
Little Freudian.
Oops.
You know what's funny? I even have written down here on this page Redbox.
Oh no, RedTube's in your mind.
But
Top of mind.
Yeah, we were talking about watching porn together.
Yeah. Well, no, the fact
who was?
that guys don't.
No, we don't sit
Wait a
around
minute,
and
Dave, you and Matt are going to watch porn?
No,
I should have added not watching.
Yeah,
porn.
right, because guys don't do that. We don't do that. But women will get together and they'll watch a sexual, but not quote unquote porn. But for women, it's porn.
As they're brushing,
anything with a hunky guy without a shirt, that's porn for a female.
Yes, but are there going to be 12 men that watch porn?
That's what we're saying. No.
Why do you keep going back to 12? Why?
Because you brought up 12 earlier.
And
12 people in a jury.
Yes,
12
right.
Monkeys, the movie 12 Monkeys.
12 Angry Men. Come on.
Or 12 disciples.
Move on.
It is the number.
Dave Chappelle. So I rented a Dave Chappelle, not knowing what I was doing, probably 14 years ago. I guess one of his first concerts when he started becoming a thing, and I end up watching the whole thing, and there were some funny parts. I didn't think he was genius, but I'm glad I did because the guy has really turned into something. And he's a midget. You know, that's the cool thing about
Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Yeah, not Dave Chappelle.
You want to know something really cool about Kevin Hart?
I like the dude.
I worked on 2 pilots with him. He's a really cool guy.
I bet he is.
He's an avid poker player.
Oh, I know he is.
We know that.
Oh, he loves to play poker.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, did you ever pick him up and just throw him in the air? Because he's that short. He's that diminutive.
He's a small guy.
He's really small.
He's big. He's big in presence. But
Dave, you should have invited him over to play poker.
I haven't seen him. We used to play at the Hustler Casino, the tournaments there.
Yeah.
He was there all the time.
So you mean he's been playing for years then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a new thing since poker became sort of a big thing. But no, he's been playing for years?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Dave, did you mean you haven't seen him because you haven't been looking down?
Oh, boy. Wow. Wow. Hello. How's the weather down there, Kev? Kevin Hart reacted to comedian Dave Chappelle getting physically attacked on stage during a performance. Well, you know where it was, Hollywood Bowl. He said it was good that the assailant got his ass whooped because it sends a message out to other people looking to attack comedians. Somebody ran on stage, got their ass whooped, Hart told guest Mike Birbiglia on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I guess this guy's filling in because he hates Trump as much as Jimmy Kimmel. And I'm probably Mike Birbiglia, is he a sports guy? Isn't he a sports dude?
I don't know.
No idea.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Mike Birbiglia.
The official home of the Dodgers.
Yeah, after being asked, he found the incident scary. Hart said, "Not scary, Mike. It's one of those things that needed to happen, though." So I didn't see the part where the guy that attacked Chappelle got his ass kicked.
No,
stand-up comedian.
Right. The story was he went backstage. He took him backstage and was stomping his head.
Oh, is that right?
No, his guys took him right there.
They did it right on the stage.
On the stage, they broke his arm. They beat him badly.
Love that.
I saw it on.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
You can see it in the video.
By the way, he should have had his head stomped.
Yeah, because I saw the snippet that showed the guy attacking Chappelle, and man, he really attacked him.
He dive tackled him.
My God, that guy deserved a good stomping.
Do you think there's people that go to these shows, these stand-ups, just to cause that, just to do that?
Well, apparently now it's the thing.
Yeah, because Will Smith started this crap. Yeah. Fred Savage, poor Freddie, fired from the Wonder Years reboot after inappropriate conduct investigation. All it takes is one accusation these days. One accuser. Good thing I don't go into a studio or into a brick and mortar for work, because if you look at someone the wrong way now, it's a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have to take classes.
You do.
We have to take classes.
So do I,
part
Dave.
of our, and it tells you how to respond, how to act, what you can and can't do, what you can and can't say.
So if there's a female, Dave Weiner, if there's a female on the set of some movie production here in the Hollywood area, you may not say nice dress or you look good today, or what is the approach?
If you look at her for more than 3 seconds. I kid you not. 3 seconds, you have a shot at being called in by human resources.
Yes, sir. You can get fired. Yeah, you work at I work at UCLA campus on a job, prevailing wage job. I'm down in the subterranean. And all of a sudden, they come out of the hall. We have to sign these papers, the 3-second rule on campus.
3 second.
If you're caught, if she says he looked at me more than 3 seconds, you're thrown off.
How do you prove that you weren't the perp who did that? How do you prove? How could you possibly prove it?
And the problem is, you get these wildebeest chicks that are lonely and
they'll come at you,
and they'll go, yeah, he looked at me for. I wouldn't look at you, honey, for nothing.
And now you're in trouble for that.
No, I know.
That's the thing. It's just
you can't win.
No,
you can't win.
I saw this happen a couple of years back.
White guys, we're dead.
Right.
We're dead in the water. Yeah, Lori Downey Jr.?
I saw this happening a couple of years back when a woman wanted to take down a guy that she said, he's looking at me sexually. He wants to rape me. And then she went to HR and she actually called me in and I wasn't even there.
Right. Yeah, but you're a sister, Laura. So she wanted
I'm
you.
A sister.
Yeah, but so she wanted you on her side because you're a sister. It's your job as a female to uphold the integrity of the female nation. And so what'd you do?
Well, I spoke to HR and I said I wasn't there.
Right.
But secondly, have you interviewed this guy? Because he's just awkward.
Oh.
You know, he's a family man.
This is what you told HR.
Oh, yeah.
That he's a family guy, and so you took his side because you thought he was a good dude.
Yes, he was just a nerd. He was awkward. And I said, have you met him? Have you interviewed him? Have you ever spoken to him? And she said no.
What was the outcome of this?
The outcome was they fired the guy.
Son of a bitch.
And that woman continued working until I could get her fired.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
On other things.
Nasty, man.
Yeah.
Why are females so nasty, Laura? You being the only female in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, you're the only one I can ask this question of.
They are so miserable. They're always looking for an angle. They're very unhappy with themselves, so it must be something else because they don't ever want to admit that there's anything wrong with them.
Even though females by and large need a checkup from the neck up.
Well,
don't you agree, Laura?
Women are very emotional, and when they don't get the guy or any woman or any man to talk to them, you know, women are horrible they're not great friends with other women.
Emotional is a nice way to put psycho.
Fine. However you want to label it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is, women don't have friends. So when the guy that they're hooked up with isn't listening to their everything, then they start turning on the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Listen, what happened to taking it as a compliment when a hot chick walked by a construction site and everybody's whistling? Now you're going to jail.
No.
It's like you're a rapist.
Yeah.
He physically undressed me with his eyes.
Yeah, welcome to the new world.
Yeah.
And it doesn't pay. I wish I were a black gay female. I think I would have the world by the huevos. Oh, yeah.
Untouchable.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, hold on a second.
But what if what I said earlier today, I mean it. What if I identify as a black LGBTQ female?
Then you are.
Then I am.
Mm-hmm.
Then I am. And there's no friggin' disputing it.
Right. Now, Dave, to go
Remind me to come to that episode.
Dave,
Okay.
Dave, to go back to your point a little bit about the girls walking by. The way these women dress now, too, is, stuff hanging out. They got the tightest, yoga pants, walking around the streets. And you don't think they like the attention?
Of course.
They're in it only for the attention.
That's females
for giving it to them.
It's all about the attention. Look at Amber Heard, for God's sakes.
Amber Turd?
It's all about the attention. And so now Fred Savage, Wonder Years actor.
I didn't know he had anything to do with it.
And I don't think he's been working. So now they finally decide to do a reboot of Wonder Years. And this poor dude, he said, we were made aware of allegations of inappropriate conduct by Fred Savage. And as his policy, an investigation was launched. Upon its completion, the decision was made to terminate his employment as an executive producer and director of the Wonder Years. A statement from producers 20th Century Television. Dude's 45 years old. As far as I'm concerned, he hasn't been employable, or he hasn't been working much.
Well, he was the original lead actor in Wonder Years.
Right, and so now he's got this great gig where he gets to direct the thing that put him on the map. Hollywood Reporter said Savage cooperated with a workplace investigation into 3 separate allegations. The new version of the Wonder Years, led by E.J. Williams, Dual Hill, and Don Cheadle. May I tell you something?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, fantastic actor. I don't trust that guy as far as I can throw him.
Yeah. He's a lefty 100.
I don't trust that guy. I don't trust Don Cheadle whatsoever. And if you're thinking, oh, Matt, yeah, boy, big mouth, big stuff. Boy, you are big stuff. Yeah, cage match.
Did somebody say
Don
Cheetos?
Don Cheadle, cage
Matt
match.
Allen? Oh, boy.
I'm in. Give me.
What do you mean you're in?
Give me,
I'm gonna commentate.
Give me
I'm Joe
6
Rogan.
weeks to train. I'll take on Cheadle.
I'm Joe Rogan on
He's
that
bringing Joe back.
So now this dude, he was 16 at the time of the accusations. This Fred Savage.
Oh.
16. Is that even legal?
No, you're kidding. They don't have any. There's no statute on it on any of it anymore.
Oh, statute, smatute. See, this isn't legal. This is 20th century saying, well, we've done our investigation. It does not pay to be a white man. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
While driving along, top down, hair whipping in the wind, the radio turned up so loud bugs burst and birds scatter. You've got it locked on the greatest show on earth. Tanned, relaxed, and grinning, the legendary Outlaw Radio.
Joy Behar, Joy B-Star. Talk about joy and a sex strike. Joy and sex in the same sentence is sort of frightening, but we'll get into her. Let me rephrase that. We'll get into Joy Behar next hour. Plus, Bill Behar attempts to censor misinformation, treating us like we're all helpless, dumb. Distinguishing truth and lies is your job to Twitter. Bill Maher, smarter and smarter every week. Bill, when are you going to come to the realization that you're no longer a Democrat? You're no longer a part of this party these days, Bill. You're too intelligent to be a party to these idiots. He is. And we'll talk about the abortion laws, and I'll make it interesting. I promise. I promise you, we'll make it interesting. Okay, Roe versus Wade, but the Joy Behar, that should be good. But first, the Old Key Limehouse, a bar and restaurant on the Intercoastal Waterway. So, what did I mention earlier? My only quick stories come from Florida.
Gators. I was going to say Gators.
Come from the Gator State. It's the Old Key Limehouse. Now, they call this a venerable bar, so obviously, I don't think there's a person in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar, the Lighten Up Lounge, that wouldn't love to be in this joint. Gator or no gators. I mean, that's what bar stools are for.
Gators?
No, you pick up your legs.
Well, yeah.
You pick up your legs, right?
Yeah, no
put it on
gators
the
gonna
bar.
get you.
No. I mean, what is their, what is their distance? How much can they jump? Is it 4 feet? So they get a little piece of your ass. So what? You have a great bourbon there to sate all of that pain. The Old Key Limehouse. So there's a video. It's a relaxed, beachy place. There's a video of the place getting hit by a water spout. Some of the patrons at this outdoor tiki bar run inside, while others just hang out or take pictures, which makes you wonder, what would your reaction be in an emergency like this? I would probably be taking pictures outside.
Yeah, man, a water spout. They're used to big-ass tornadoes and stuff, man. A water spout's nothing.
But, those from other parts of the country would read this or watch this video and think, oh, you dumb Fs. No. You're not there. You don't know.
Man, it's not going to do anything to you, water spout.
You weren't in Vietnam. You don't know. No. Hold on a second. Okay. Here we go. A guy convicted of deliberately marring a gay pride rainbow painting on the street in Delray Beach by burning tire rubber on it was sentenced to write a 25-page essay about the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando.
Something's really wrong with people, man.
They're assuming he's capable of deeper understanding, which isn't a safe assumption.
Handwriting.
But, yeah, they're assuming the guy can write. I mean, do you think this guy could be saved with a writing assignment? But did they get down to it? Was it because of the rainbow painting? Because I know all about the rainbow paintings and the crosswalks that are rainbows. I think it's ridiculous, but I ain't gonna burn rubber.
Did he do the essay with a rubber tire? The writing? Never mind. Lori, cut my mic.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I think my brother just quit the last hour. We'll be this after back at Outlaw Radio, live from the Lighten Up Lounge.
Think about it all the time. Thinking all that makes me smile and say, ooh. If there's a cure for this, I don't want it. I don't want it. If there's a remedy,
Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
He's very cool.
He just passed out.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
At the Lightning Lounge. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. At the Lightning Lounge. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
Yeah. And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
All right, let's jump right in. What do you say? All of this fun from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar in the hills of the San Fernando Valley, spitting distance from Hollywood, Cali, where them miscreants live. You know who they are. Those idiots that attack Dave Chappelle, people like that. Bill Maher attempts to censor misinformation, treat us like we're all helpless, dumb. Instead of going into this, let me play this Bill Maher clip in just a second. And for those of you watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. Smash the like button, smash it.
Oh, I want to just interject for 1 second.
Lori Downey Jr., our producer.
Yeah, I just want to thank Nate for subscribing to the YouTube channel.
All right.
At Outlaw Radio.
Yeah, we get at least one new subscriber a week. We are kicking ass.
I'll try to remind you that I just want to thank them for always subscribing. What, Marty?
Notice thanking. Notice the way. No, she says thank. Thank.
Yeah, Marty.
Is that Long Island or is that from England? Thank.
That's Long Island's crap.
You've never been there, Marty. You have no idea.
I don't want to go there, Lori. I have no business going to Long Island.
Well, you're not invited.
Well, first of all, that's two different things. You have no business visiting Long Island.
Lori, it's thank.
And then,
I'm not letting you come, Marty.
And then there's you don't want to go to Long Island.
You don't know. You've never been there.
You've never been fishing there, Marty. You have no idea what
I've
you're
been to Long Island. It's a great joint.
It is.
I like it.
I want to thank you, Lori. Thank.
Yes, and thank you, Lori.
Long Island.
Marty,
thank you.
I am going to call you out for all your stupidity. It's coming.
Okay, wait a second. There's not enough time. Let's move on. Here we go. Here comes Bill Maher on Twitter, my friends. Crank this thing.
And finally, new rule. Since this is Mother's Day weekend, let's pause and take a moment to think about how your mother was always there.
Did he say thank?
Yeah.
Thank about your mother?
I think he said thank about your mother.
Can we hear it?
Thank it? Start it from the beginning.
All right.
And finally, new rule. Since this is Mother's Day weekend, let's pause and take a moment to think about how your mother was always there for you, looking after you and keeping you safe. And then realize that's not Twitter's job.
True. Pause for a second. By the way, our Mother's Day, at least every other Mother's Day, it's a fun event for our family because our mom, great sense of humor, she gives us a black magic marker and she directs us to connect the lines on her stretch marks. And I think...
Oh, my God.
No.
Well, no, I'm looking back on when's the last time. I'd like to do that this year.
Yeah.
It's every other year.
It's every other year.
Right, it's every odd year.
That'll be next year.
Okay.
And then, of course, because my brother Mart is really into this Instagram thing. Yeah. Next year, you can post it on Instagram.
I'd love to.
Because
I miss doing that.
Yeah. Which color is your favorite? Because she will dole out the black ones, but I'll usually bring a purple one to the event.
Yeah, I'm going red.
Sort of matches the varicose veins.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
You know what's
so
sad?
rude.
She really does have. Oh,
I love Mama.
She's in Palm Springs.
She is.
Her and our lovely niece and our sister.
But not my dad.
No,
not a chance.
You'll love this.
Not a chance in hell is Dad going to be a party to those 3 nutbags.
Well, no, he was.
Did I just call my mom a nutbag?
Well, he was going to.
I love my mother, but being a female, it's inherent in her
being.
There's a little nutbagginess going on there.
Not our sister.
Oh no!
Oh, she's completely out of her skull.
Man, she's subscribed now.
Is this the ashtray sister?
Yes.
Oh, no. Yeah. Don't get into that, Dave. That's not for public record.
No. No.
But
no. If you're so drunk in the backyard and you throw an ashtray over the fence and hit somebody next door and are sued for it, nobody's going to hear about it on this show.
Okay.
Never.
And then my niece, who is completely out of her friggin' mind.
Here we go, man. Debbie, I'm sorry.
Came after Lori with knives one year.
Kitchen knives.
Those were scissors.
Oh.
Yeah, just scissors. To
Well,
my
something,
neck.
a sharp projectile.
Yeah.
But Matt, you'll love this part.
Yeah.
So they're leaving. I think.
So what's Dad doing by himself?
Well, here's the deal. So Dad was going to go.
Oh no.
And so Mom said, "Well, Gary, I think we need a little time apart anyway. So maybe you should just stay here." She said this to him.
Really?
That's what Debbie told me.
Wow.
That's
awful.
Time apart. How old are they?
Oh yeah.
It's like, come on. Whoa.
Upper 70s, man.
Poor Dad, though. It's like, but Dad's going.
No,
he's loving everything. He's
this is the best thing that ever happened to him.
Get the house to myself.
Oh yeah, get red tube out and
I go, you gonna run around the house naked? He goes, I do that anyway.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I hope he lives through this weekend.
Oh,
he wouldn't have lived through the weekend if he was with those 3 Funyuns in friggin' Palm Springs.
Oh man.
Ooh. Yeesh.
What are they doing at Palm Springs, man?
I don't know. How do we get off Bill Maher? Bill Maher, go ahead, Laura. All this applause is for you.
Keeping you safe and sorting out the lies from the truth is your job. When we talk about misinformation, we always focus on the producers, never the consumers, as if we're all helpless, dumb blondes ready to believe anything, like Donald Trump.
Pause.
Had to throw the dig in.
Well, he has to, he has to keep his consortium sort of happy.
Right.
His pundits sort of happy a little bit. But I mean, what does he mean by that? Or was it just an easy one?
Yeah, just threw a
it's
dig
like,
in there.
Look, I'm not totally on the right now. I mean, look, I made fun of Trump. And I don't think he is a fan of Donald Trump.
No.
I don't think he is.
No.
Continue.
The audience.
Do lies spread faster than they used to? Of course. But so can truth, which in the internet age is always at your fingertips. You just have to learn how to use Google for something other than porn.
Hey! Boy,
That's 90% of it, right?
That's not even funny, though.
This idea that we can clean up Twitter and protect you from fake news and disinformation, it's so ridiculous. It's like fact-checking the graffiti on the bathroom wall of a dive bar.
That's funny. And that's true.
I read that stuff.
And I've done it.
We called this number, and we didn't have a good time. People always lie.
Pause.
That's what people do.
Did you hear what I said, Laura? Oh, did you pause?
Yeah.
Did you hear the guy say, woo? Same guy from the Elton John. No, the same guy from the Elton John song, Benny and the Jets.
Okay.
That says, woo, woo, woo. It's the same guy. He's in his 80s now. But
yeah, he also did the Steve Miller Take the Money and Run. Ooh, ooh, take the money and run.
This guy has been.
He does the ooh guy.
Oh, he's been sought after for many, many years on his business card. I make the ooh sound. And God bless him. God love him for still being around. Continue with Bill Maher, if you would, Lori Downey Jr.
Every age is the misinformation age. And whenever a new means of communication comes along, some reach right for the censor button. In 1858, the New York Times thought we couldn't handle the transatlantic telegraph. They said it was superficial and too fast for the truth.
It's a good point.
In 1487, the Pope issued an order to stop the misuse of the printing press for the distribution of pernicious writing.
Right.
You know, fake news.
Hey, look at that. Another Trump slam. Yay, yay. That's it. But that's Bill Maher. And he says, I didn't know until this week. I loved this because this made me feel real smart. Because I know something that I probably know a lot of things that Bill Maher doesn't know, but this made me feel really smart. Bill Maher said, I didn't know until this week that many European countries have way more restrictive abortion laws than the U.S. He wasn't aware of that. Not one to boast, I was. I understand this.
You brought that up a couple of weeks ago. I
understand what the hell is coming down.
Yeah.
Bill Maher said he didn't know until the news broke of the Supreme Court's draft opinion overturning Roe versus Wade. He didn't know that many countries in Europe have abortion laws that are more restrictive than the current laws in the United States or laws that are being proposed in America. He said, I learned things this week because this put it on the front page that are pretty basic things I did not know about abortion. Like in Europe, the modern countries of Europe, way more restrictive than we are. Even what they're proposing is way more restrictive in Europe. If you're pro-choice, you'd like it a lot less in Germany and Italy and France and Spain and Switzerland. I learned most people who are pro-life are women. Did not know that. Most abortions are from mothers, people who have a kid. I thought this was interesting. Most abortions now, even when you go to a clinic, are done with a pill, and pills are easy to get in America. We know that. So for the people who say we're going back to 1973, we're not. That's simply factually inaccurate. Because it is. And these friggin' big dummies, oh, the list is so long it would take me another day to get through them all. But let's just throw out one. Rosanna Arquette.
God.
Oh. Now, she's the one I like from one of the funniest movies of all time, After Hours. Right? Isn't that Rosanna Arquette? And she plays the blonde. Can you imagine that? And if you've never seen After Hours, it's a Scorsese-directed film. It's brilliantly funny. Rosanna Arquette says millions of women figuring out how to get out of this country for good. She thinks millions of women are figuring out how to get out of this country for good.
Bye-bye.
Even though the other countries are, by and large, much more restrictive when it comes to abortion. We're dealing with dumb bolts here.
You know, speaking of countries,
yes,
I just want to have a shout out to Parzival in Germany, who's listening right now on the YouTube channel. And I want to say, was ist los?
Okay. And what is the German word for, Hungerleider?
Hungerleider.
So we hope you're not a Hungerleider.
Man, I just got a text from the hoo-hoo guy. He said he makes good money doing the
really?
Woo-hoo, yeah.
Doing a woo, with Benny and the Jets. The guy's still getting mailbox money for that.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Rosanna Arquette believes that abortion is such an incredibly sacred right that millions of women are now looking to flee the country now that Roe versus Wade stands on the cusp of being potentially overturned. This is a Rosanna Arquette, and this is a B-Star, and this is a Bette Midler, and a Cher, and all of these friggin' brain trusts. Mahar says arguing Roe is settled law is nonsense, and there's a lot of talk about this Plessy was settled law. Now, what is Plessy? Plessy versus Ferguson. Settled law in 1896. And as Mahar said, thank God somebody said, let's unsettle it. He also pushed back against arguments that overturning Roe will lead to the overturning of other precedents like marriage, because abortion is unique. And it would make sense why someone who thinks abortion is murder doesn't think there's a right to one. So even a Behar gets it and understands it. Behar began by saying that people can find legal justifications for whatever their opinions are anyway. He said the whole BS argument about, settled law, it was segregation. Plessy versus Ferguson was settled law in 1896, and of course they unsettled it, and segregation was a thing of the past. He says, what you think? If you like babies, then you're pro-life. If you like women, you're pro-choice. He said, I like women. He addressed the domino theory, overturning.
Does he?
What?
Does he really?
He likes black women.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been out where he's been out, and some pretty hot black ladies, by the way. Was that a racist thing? That he? I don't see that as a racist comment, because he likes black women. I like black women. I like hot women, black, white, Asian. I don't get. And by the way, no, I'm not coming back on that statement. I like hot ladies.
Of course.
Anybody in this room have a problem with hot ladies?
Well, I'm not into hot ladies.
What, Laura?
I said I'm not into hot ladies.
Yeah, but Lori Downey Jr., you have told me for many, many years that you appreciate the human form no matter what sex.
I always appreciate beautiful bodies and beautiful people.
So, a hot woman has a beautiful body.
Right. Normally.
Because I'm not talking about hot inside the brain. We don't care about that.
But your
That's not even second or third or fourth on our scale. Hot, all you have to do, have I mentioned this before? All you have to do, you lovely ladies out there, here's your goal in life. Be hot. That's it.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
But your definition of hot and mine is completely different.
I don't think so.
What?
I've seen you guys agree on a good-looking woman before.
You don't know a good-looking woman. Females can point out a good-looking female. Where guys, I don't want to come off as a gay guy or anything, so, I'm not going to point out the good-looking guy. But females are more prone to know a good-looking female when they see
I'm
one.
going to tell you, Brad Pitt's a good-looking guy.
I've mentioned that on the show. Does that make me gay?
Yeah, man.
Maybe a little bit.
I'd roll around with Brad.
Yeah.
What?
No, I wouldn't roll around with him because I'm not gay. Maybe you would.
No, I'm
and
not
Mark,
gay
I have
either.
no problem with that. If you come out today on the show, do you think I would care? Yes. I mean, honest to God, no, I wouldn't care. Okay. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't look at you any differently.
Maybe it's time then.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps I dress a little differently around you, but that's all. But that's simply to get your attention.
You do look good in those shorts today.
That's caring. That's caring.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. CBS Stephen Colbert launches a vulgar 10-minute rant against SCOTUS justices over Roe versus Wade. An angry Stephen Colbert launched a 10-minute friggin' rant against U.S. Supreme Court on The Late Show, targeting several Supreme Court justices. 10 minutes on what is supposed to be a comedy late-night television show. And he's pissed off, and my God, you're going to hear about it. You're going to hear how pissed he is. Even though it's supposed to be a comedy show. You know who's turning over in their grave? The great Johnny Carson. The man was the last great late-night talk show host, period. Lori, do you have that cut? 865.
I do.
This is Johnny Carson with Morley on 60 Minutes. The man had it down. Johnny Carson, the last great professional on television late night.
Do you get sensitive about the fact that people say, he'll never take a serious controversy? Well, I have an answer to that. I said, now, tell me the last time that Jack Benny, Red Skelton, any comedian, used his show to do serious issues. That's not what I'm there for. Can't they see that? But you're not. Why do they think that just because you have a Tonight Show that you must deal in serious issues? That's a danger. It's a real danger. Once you start that, you start to get that self-important feeling that what you say has great import. And strangely enough, you could use that show as a forum. You could sway people, and I don't think you should as an entertainer.
And that's what's being done today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. God rest his soul. The last great one. And speaking of great ones, Joy Behar.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No.
she sort of lobs this one out there. She thinks the idea of a sex strike might help. And, coming from, once again, going back to the hot female, coming from a really hot female, you sort of get it.
Join me, women.
But Joy Behar?
Yeah.
It's like, I think that would make her man most likely pretty happy.
Happy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy Joyce Behar on The View, my friends. She makes my skin crawl.
Well, I was talking yesterday about how this is a slippery slope, that these people, if they're in charge with the presidency and the Senate and the House, it's going to be a disaster.
I'm very surprised you got those out.
Senate and House.
I really, hey, Joy, nicely done, Behar. Continue.
Sure. Yeah. And then I came upon this Republican Senator, Mike Braun from Indiana, who said that he'd be open to overturning Loving versus Virginia, which legalized interracial marriages in 1967.
Okay.
And then when he was at a press conference, he said he would be okay with the Supreme Court having the issue of interracial marriages to the states, leaving it to the states. Right. So don't think this is just a war on women. It could be a war on people of color and gay people. And also,
it's a war on love, Laura.
No, these are fighting words. It's to get everybody all
riled.
Right.
Lori, it's a war on love. And this man that she's speaking of rescinded that comment because no one in their right mind would want that to happen. So he had no idea what he was talking about. And I think they addressed this. Continue with Joy Behar.
He said he backtracked that. He said he misunderstood the question, but he agreed with his own.
Of course he misunderstood the question, because no one in their right mind, even from a political standpoint, would go with that. Continue with this dumb broad.
Statement 10 times, or so before. Yeah. So
before.
I don't buy the whole.
That's a lot of
the other point I want to make, because I just want to say this, is that the world, women in the world have conducted sex strikes in history. In 2003, a sex strike helped to end Liberia's brutal civil war, and the woman
Pause. Is this what you've been doing to me?
Well, I've been on strike. That's what I do all day.
Is that what this is?
Matt, come on. All women get. It's easy for a woman to go on a sex strike because they don't really like sex that much anyway.
Well, it's certainly past a certain age. Certainly past a certain age. Even a woman in their 30s, they're still thinking about having a baby.
Right.
And that, and that. Listen, Matt, what are you talking about? You've never been a female. All right.
Not yet.
Well, the day is young.
But you do identify it.
I'm coming out. Matt's having a baby.
I'm thinking about identifying. I truly am thinking about this. Continue with more of this Behar, please.
Who started it was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009.
Pause. Okay, so the chick that started the sex strike was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. So was Barack Obama. All right, enough said. Right? I make my point. Continue.
Indian women enforced a sex ban until political infighting ceased. Within 1 week, there was a stable government. Okay.
Shut up.
Yeah. Power than we think we have, and some of it could be right in the bedroom.
She is truly disgusting.
Sex strike. And what a perfect method and weapon for the exact topic.
By the way, that's the attractive blonde saying that.
Wow.
I don't know what she does. She's an attorney or something?
Is she unmarried?
What? Who?
The sexy blonde attorney, whatever.
I don't know, Laura. Why is that pertinent?
I don't know, man. Weird question.
Well, she was talking about, power in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah. No. I know, because she sort of likes the idea. Why?
I don't know. I think she's not happy.
What female do you know that is happy?
Me.
What?
I'm a happy woman.
Wow.
What?
Jury's out on that.
Marty, you don't know me.
Listen, if you've had a sex strike with your quote-unquote mate for a number of years, I think you'd be happy too. Lori, you can almost smell the happiness emanating from her booth over there.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
I smelled something.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, but now I know.
Joy Beastar.
Oh man.
When we return,
we are
Andy Richter.
Andy Richter.
Okay, let me just leave it at that. Plus Doctor Strange 2, and hold on, there's some stuff that I really want to get to. Oh, this is the stuff. Elizabeth Warren, who I think is the queen of all gaggling idiots. She almost makes Kamala look smart. I take that back. But Warren gets under my skin, this Elizabeth Warren. Isn't she Native American? This broad gets under my skin more than most. And we will jump into her, so to speak. Plus gay marriage, interracial marriage imperiled by the Roe decision. And Disney star Olivia Rodrigo tells concert crowd, fight to protect abortions. How icky. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
Out on the street, I was talking to a man. He said there's so much, but there's nothing, man, that I don't understand. You shouldn't worry, I said that ain't no crime. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you'll get it right next time. You need direction, yeah, you need a name. When you're standing at the crossroads, every highway with the same.
listening to OutlawRadioLive.com. Don't go away, folks. We'll be right back.
Did you bag the hand that feeds you? Do you feel the need to talk about it? Now you're fighting for your corner, saying that you ought to laugh about it. You should get a little braver, do us all a favor, shout about it. Sweet sour, sweet sour, sweet sour. Pick up your stitches, better than your riches, think about it. I know what you've been through, you don't really need to talk about it. It's just a little karma, trying to disarm you, shout about it. Sweet sour, sweet sour, sweet sour, sweet sour, sweet sour, sweet sour, sour by the minute, but you're sweeter by the hour.
And now, back to the exciting climax of our story.
This is legendary Outlaw Radio.
Why, Captain Drummond. Miss Miller.
Magic Matt Allen. Welcome back. Welcome back to this little experiment called Outlaw Radio Live from the Light Up Lounge. Smoking, drinking, interrupting, and we love America. This dude's been gone for years now. Lead singer from The Temptations, Eddie Kendricks. Always a fan. Love this guy. Yeah. There's certain guys that just get it. Him, Marvin Gaye, that sort of soulful vibe. Man. And there's not much to this song, but he's just so good.
If you listen closely in part of this song, the ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo guy, yeah, he has a part in it.
Same guy that did woo, woo, woo from Benny and the Jets. That guy?
Still about
most folks, and I thought this for years, that in Benny and the Jets, that was recorded live because it sounds like a live performance.
It does, yeah.
It wasn't. All of those crowd noises were put in the studio. They had one without the crowd noises. Elton didn't like it. But he also didn't like the song Benny and the Jets. He didn't think it was a hit. You know, Steven Tyler and his bandmates hated the song Dream On.
Yeah.
They thought that didn't depict who the group was, and it was released twice within a 3-year period. The first time it wasn't a hit, and then the second time it was a huge hit, and they weren't happy about it. They said, well, we don't want people to think that that's who we are. Dream On, probably the most substantial song ever recorded by Aerosmith. See, that's why we don't know. You know, we're not the great barometers or auditors of our own stuff. We don't know.
Well, man, I'll tell you.
What I'm doing right now, I think it's a big crock of crap. But it might be genius because I'm not aware of it. Lori? Yes, Mark?
Pure genius. And, no, going back to that kind of situation, Bret Michaels from Poison is in the studio one day, and it's after his first record, and he's messing around with his acoustic guitar doing this country, and the producer said, what's that? He goes, just a throwaway. It was Every Rose Has Its Thorn. And he goes, no, we're using that on the next record. He goes, really?
Yeah, I never heard that song. I had to play that as a top 40 on Kiss FM here in Los Angeles. I had to play that song, and I could not stand playing that song because I never liked the song.
Right, biggest hit they ever had, though.
Mart, I know, it took you 3 tries. You should have been able to tell by the second time I interrupted you that it doesn't matter.
Did you realize it was the biggest hit they ever had?
No, is that right?
Woohoo!
Benny.
Hey, Royal.
Benny and the Jets.
Yeah. This is a story about Billy Joe and Bobby Sue.
That's because the ballads for the heavy metal rock and roll bands are always the biggest hits. Why? Because they grab the female audience. So these heavy metal, these hair bands, they already have the guys, but it brings the chicks on board, so it doubles the audience. That's how that works. Have we learned something today? Man, I have all sorts of useless knowledge. Actor and Conan creator. Conan creator? Oh, hold on a second. He created the Conan O'Brien show? Actor and Conan creator Andy Richter.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
He created the Conan O'Brien show?
I always knew
He
that.
was his sidekick all those.
I know he was the sidekick. Ed McMahon did not invent the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
No.
All right? I mean, as far as I know.
Andy Richter.
I think it had something to do with Freddie DeCordova and way before Freddie. But I had no idea he created. But I mean, how do you create the show? I mean, you got Conan O'Brien, you put him on TV, and he does a talk show. So what does that mean? Andy Richter reacted to the notion that there will now be a major distrust among U.S. Supreme Court justices and staff in the wake of a draft Supreme Court opinion overruling Roe versus Wade leaking to the press. Andy Richter tweeted, "Boo effin' who?" In a related story, who cares what Andy Richter has to say about anything? And now we know why he was the sidekick on the Conan show. He created it. He put himself in that position. I always thought he was a dope.
I thought it was funny.
I thought he was a dope. Doctor Strange 2, Disney Marvel Studios president praises queer Latina named America who has two moms. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has spoken out about the lesbian Latina heroine of Doctor Strange and the multi-universe of madness, saying it was important that the movie include the sexuality of the 14-year-old character whose name is America Chavez being gay. If being gay doesn't matter, why does it matter?
Why was it important?
Why is it important? Let me answer that. According to this man, it's important, as we always say, that these films present the world as it is, and the world outside your window, as they used to say in publishing. This is Feige said of portraying the character's sexuality, according to a report from comicbook.com. But it's important because, I don't know, is it 4% of America is gay? I mean, these days in 2022, now it's the thing for females to have sex with other females. Yeah. That's simply the thing now.
But that's not gay, that's bi.
Right, Lori, because females, by and large, are by and large. Unless they're svelte, then they're bi and hot.
Well, what makes large not hot?
What? Oh, there are some larger women that I am huge fans of.
Huge.
Yeah.
Name one.
No?
Well, I can name one.
Okay, go. Go.
Yeah. It lost me. I can't do. Yeah.
What?
No, I told my friends, man. It's like I can't do big. It's just not my thing.
I'll
man.
tell you what. I'll do anything with a smile these days.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
So
You
funny.
smiled at me the right way.
Oh boy.
For the rest of the
I mean, like you said, you'll sit there and talk to a woman sometimes at a bar or a restaurant, and then all of a sudden you have not seen her stand up yet. When she stands up, whoa!
Well, that's sort of different. Yeah.
And they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
What is gorgeous?
Well, everything except the grande posterior.
Whoa, man!
And that gets. But my God, I mean, have a happy day. Whatever you like, do it.
So you said that you would do a large woman. What is described as a large woman?
I never said do. I'm not a ruffian. I make love, Lori. You
do?
Yes. I make love.
You make love.
By the way, Lori, at some point, turn Dave's mic back on because he's in the studio. He has his headphones on.
On the love.
Yeah, Dave Weiner, but it's still not on.
Oh, yeah. Here you are.
Yeah. Elizabeth Warren, I got to get to this broad. Boy, do I. She disgusts me.
Is she a dot Indian?
She short circuits when Lindsey Granger asked her about reimbursement for people who paid off their student loans. This Lindsey Granger, I think she's a new addition to The View. Uh-oh. She's a black Republican.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, yeah. How can that be? I mean, that's diametrically opposed in concept. But here we go. This is, I can't stand her. Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren on The View.
How concerned are you about the impact of this leak on the credibility of the court, which is at the core of our democracy?
I think you're right to raise this question about credibility. And in fact, I think the words that Roberts used were integrity. But for me, yeah, sure. Do the investigation.
Pause. You know, she tries to do this folksy thing. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm just one of the folks. Just one of the folks who want to run your world. I'm just a sort of folksy gal. I don't mean any harm, except she wants to control every portion of your life and doesn't think you should be driving in a gas-guzzling vehicle, even though that's the way she gets to her destination. Oh, I can't stand these people. But especially this Elizabeth Warren gets under my effing skin. Continue, please, Lori.
But what's the integrity of the nominees to be on the Supreme Court who stood up and swore until the world looked level that Roe versus Wade was settled law, which is kind of our code words for I'm not touching that, and said over and over, settled law, settled law, settled law, and the first opportunity they get, bam, drop the hammer, and don't...
Pause. First opportunity? It's been a law for 50 friggin' years. Yeah. What the hell are you talking about?
You know, I didn't
Republicans have been in charge for, I think, the majority of the time over the last 50 years. So the first opportunity? Elizabeth Warren, if you want to see and see it on video talking out someone's ass, that's Elizabeth Warren.
I have a question.
Yes, Lori Downey Jr.
Did she say settled dwarf, settled dwarf, settled dwarf?
She said settled dwarf. And I'm amazed that our diminutive people in this country are not pissed off and picketing her friggin' house.
The Druids.
Continue with the fake Indian.
Opinion. Don't just say, oh, reasonable people could differ, and over time we've learned more. No, what it says is, Roe was wrong to begin with, and we're going to blow this thing to smithereens, and the fallout is going to be on all of the women who can least deal with the pregnancies that this court wants to force them to carry.
We have less than 2 minutes, and I want to ask you a question because I've gotten calls from a lot of my gay friends this week who are terrified.
Pause. I love this crap. I got a lot of calls from my gay friends. She probably received not one effing call, and she probably has no gay friends. But they set it up. You know, what's the backstory on this? Well, I'll make this up. If they're lying, they're talking. The left. Continue.
Of this leak, because of what you just referred to as settled law, which isn't so settled as we thought. Now, my friends on the right bring up Plessy versus Ferguson, which is the separate but equal, and they said when that got overturned, nobody had an issue. So when is settled law? Should people in gay marriages be afraid? What does this mean when it comes to established law?
So when you read Justice Alito's opinion, what he focuses on is history. And he says, we don't have to protect access to abortion because historically we haven't had that access. Boy, that ought to be gay friend.
They still will. It's a state's right. It's a state's right. And there are plenty of blue, despicable states that allow abortion. Am I saying I'm against? No, travel to whatever state that allows it and have it done. And as we stated earlier, discovered that, it's usually a pill now. It's a pill. Just kill that kid in your body. Yeah, Laura?
They also have stuff for men right now that you can have a pill.
Yeah, I understand that.
And you can take a pill and then you won't get a woman pregnant.
How about this, Lori? How about some personal son of a bitchin' responsibility? How about some protection?
How about on the men?
I'm saying that.
Okay,
wear a rubber, take your birth control. It ain't gonna happen. Continue with this dumb broad Elizabeth Warren.
Nervous because we don't have a long history of protecting equal marriage. We don't have a long history of protecting interracial marriage. We don't have a long history of protecting access to contraception.
Okay, I've had enough of her. Listen, Lori, the bottom line here with this stupid broad is she's lying through her teeth. This is not a slippery slope. This is not where we're going with this.
I know.
Lori, I have an extra minute. I know you don't think so. So go here. How long is 986? Punch that up. Tell me how long that is.
I'll tell you.
This is gay marriage, interracial marriage imperiled by what? Too long?
Yeah, 2 minutes and 30
We need a longer show, man.
Okay.
Okay. When we get back, I do have some more Elizabeth Warren that you should hear about. Cinderella star Camilla. You know, I just talked about Disney star Olivia Rodrigo telling a concert crowd to fight to protect abortions. She's a Disney star. And then Cinderella star Camila Cabello tells women to get loud and angry about abortion. Who are these Disney whores?
Aliens.
I mean, they're Disney chicks, and they're young.
They're Disney.
Like in their younger 20s.
Isn't she a lesbian? Isn't she that one?
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure.
But are they really? They're not committed. To my gay friends who call me, they tell me that. These women are not, these females are not committed when they have sex with other females. That's just what they do. He said, us guys, when we have sex with guys, we're gay.
Child grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn, and another child grows up to be somebody you just love to burn. Mom loves the both of them. You see, it's in the blood. Both kids are good to mom. Blood's thicker than the mud. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Still checking each other out. Hey, nobody wants to blow. Nobody wants to be left out. You can't leave cause your heart is there. But you can't stay cause you've been somewhere else. You can't cry cause you look broke down. But you're crying anyway cause you're all broke down. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Oh, yeah, a family affair. One child grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn, and another child grows up to be somebody you just love to burn. Mom loves the both of them. You see, it's in the blood. Both kids are good to mom. Blood's thicker than the mud. It's a family affair. It's a family affair.
And now, back to the exciting climax of our story.
This is legendary Outlaw Radio.
Why, Captain Drummond. Miss Miller.
Magic Matt Allen.
All right, listen. Only have a couple minutes here, so stick with me. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt. at outlawradiolive.com. On our YouTube channel, it's Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Subscribe and push our, what is it, subscription button and like button. Pound it like there's no tomorrow, or whatever the hell you say. What are these kids saying these days?
Smash it.
Smash it. Smash that thing. Anna Navarro is on The View with Warren, this chick that I cannot stand, Senator Elizabeth Warren. The beginning of the end for America are broads like this. Hit it, Lori, 986.
How concerned are you about the impact of this leak on the credibility of the court, which is at the core of our democracy?
You know, I think you're right to raise this question about credibility. And in fact, I think the words...
Did we just play this?
That's the same thing.
We just played it. Okay. So let's go to Elizabeth Warren from several years ago. Remember that little kid? He was like 11 years old, and she gushes over the fact that, oh, it's so great that you've come out at 11. At 11 years old, you're too young to know.
Yeah.
You're simply too young to know. Even if you are experimenting and you're a boy and you're experimenting with other boys, doesn't make you gay. Not necessarily. We've all done that, right?
We have.
Whoops. All right. But this, for me, this put it in video, the reason why I can't stand Pocahontas. Continue.
My name's Jacob, and I'm a 9-year-old transgender American.
Pause.
My question
So
is...
she's 9. Yeah, the kid's 9 and professing to be a transgender. 9 years old. And start from the beginning, listen to Elizabeth Warren.
My name's Jacob, and I'm a 9-year-old transgender American. My question is...
All right, Jacob.
Pause. Why are we applauding?
Oh, my God.
Why are we applauding? I'll tell you why. Because dumb bolts are ruling the universe. At least here in California, we have more stupid people per capita in this state. Continue, Laura.
What will you do in your first week as president to make sure that kids like me feel safer in schools? And what do you think schools need to do better to make sure that I don't have to worry about anything but my homework?
Oh, I like that question, Jacob. We're going to do this.
What are we going to do, Elizabeth?
So let me start by saying I want to have a Secretary of Education who both believes in public education and believes in the value of every one of our kids.
Pause. I want someone that believes in public education. Is that her friggin' idea? Wow, she's a genius, this Elizabeth Warren.
And is willing to enforce our civil rights laws.
What?
I can't stand listening to her.
Oh, my God, but they applaud.
It turns out that when the Department of Education was set up many years ago, the Secretary of Education was given a whole lot of power over the public schools. And,
that's their job.
Over the rules and how they're enforced.
That's their job.
And
Dummy.
we've had some secretaries of education who've been better, and we've had one that's been a whole lot worse.
One.
Her name is Betsy DeVos.
We love you, lefty, commie, socialist.
So, when I'm president, she'll be gone.
Not going to happen ever, Elizabeth. She's raring to go, though, this time.
And here's my plan, Jacob.
What is it?
I'm going to find
9-year-old.
just the right Secretary of Education. But here's what I plan to do.
Yeah, what?
I want to make sure that the person I think is the right Secretary of Education meets you and hears your story. And then I want you to tell me if you think that's the right person, and then we'll make the deal.
There you go. Put it on a 9-year-old because they're so intelligent. Wow. These are the dumb bolts that we're dealing with. And you, probably not you, but you know someone that still votes for a Democrat. Oh, my God. God bless you, idiots. Thank you, Lori Downey Jr., Dave Weiner, my brother Mark C.G. Boyer, my buddy out there in our HR department, Billy Dilly. I'll continue to be Magic Matty on Outlaw Radio. Continue to check out our YouTube channel at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. And thank you so much to our gorgeous affiliates throughout the country that play Outlaw Radio as much as they possibly can, because you, my friends, have great taste. Until next week, don't forget, I'll be Magic Matt. Bumblebees can't fly.
I'm down in Louisiana, where the alligators go so mean. But lived a girl that I swear to the world made the alligators look tame. Poke salad Annie, poke salad Annie. Everybody said it was a shame, 'cause her mama was a working on a chain gang. I mean, vicious woman. Every day for supper time, she'd go down by the truck patch and pick her mess of poke salad and carry it home in a tote sack. Poke salad Annie, the gators got your granny. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Everybody said it was a shame, 'cause her mama was a working on a chain gang. Richard spiteful